warning that some state employees are spending tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars on travel for work because they live out of state.
CBS 12's Victoria DeCardenas has the pricey details in this week's Waste Watch.
Florida's Department of Management Services provides business and workforce assistance for all state agencies, as well as current and former employees. Now, some lawmakers are questioning how DMS is handling its own business after it came to light that 4 of the agency's high-ranking staff live outside of Florida and charge taxpayers for their travel in and out of the state to do their jobs. And now that the cat is out of the overnight bag, DMS officials are having trouble answering some pretty basic questions. A Florida House Budget Subcommittee is scrutinizing the Department of Management Services over travel expenses and data management issues. In a meeting earlier this month, the subcommittee learned 4 DMS data analysts have charged taxpayers more than $56,000 in travel expenses over the past couple of years.
That seems to be a significant amount of taxpayer funds being spent for staff to travel to their daily jobs.
Republican chair of the House Budget Subcommittee, Vicki Lopez, noted the reasons listed for travel are routine job duties.
I'm not aware of any agency, employee, or group of employees traveling regularly at this level of cost to taxpayers.
The 4 executives lead an enterprise cybersecurity data team. DMS Secretary Pedro Allende hired Chief Data Officer Edward Ryan in March of 2023 at an annual salary of over $200,000. But Ryan lives in Maryland and has racked up over $40,000 in travel costs. Secretary Allende did not attend the Budget Subcommittee meeting, leaving his deputy secretary to field those questions, many of which he could not answer.
I think all agencies should have their travel visible to the public.
And DMS wasn't the only agency under the budget microscope. State Lottery Secretary John Davis spent a week in Paris last October for a World Lottery Conference on our dime.
The Secretary's Paris conference lasted for almost a week. So a question still remains. How did the department and the state of Florida benefit by having the Secretary in Paris away from day-to-day operations for so long? That's the first question. And the second one is, could he not engage with his peers here in the United States?
Secretary Davis also sent an underling to face a committee. He didn't have very good answers either.
Whenever he goes to something like this, he comes back and he briefs our staff on the different things that were brought up at that meeting.
Both Lottery Secretary Davis and DMS Secretary Allende were appointed by Governor Ron DeSantis. And now both are running afoul of the governor's commitment to scrutinize state spending and eliminate fraud and waste. And as DeSantis put it when announcing the new program, Florida was DOGE before DOGE was cool. Currently, there is no law requiring state employees or appointees to live within state lines. But now lawmakers have introduced legislation which would require certain public officers and employees to be residents of the state and even require they live in the county where their agencies are headquartered. Governor DeSantis has not returned our request for comment on the budget hearing or that proposed legislation.